5 and 6, 7 as well, were for Ministry of Health. They responded to all the 3 resolutions, and then we also acted on them. 8 is for the embassies. We dealt with that, and it's resolved. And then 9 is for GT board. I refer to national audit. Oh, which one? Yeah. You know, in 9, we have about this 300,000 that is correction, and then the 202, that's an outstanding 74,000. That means altogether, that's a correction on 374,000. So it's referred to IGB4 for investigation. And then 10 also, we got response from the press and then GMC. We still maintain that I think there was improvement. Only one media house responded positively, and that amount supposed to be deducted from the total sum that's supposed to be recovered. And the recovery has to be done by the police. So that too is referred to the police. So that means also we've dealt with on the 14th September resolution. Let's go to 18th.
14th.
Yes.
1 to 7 is all resolved.
Yeah, all of them are not resolved. We've got response from them.
No, this one is COVID. 1 for 14th September is COVID alone.
Yes.
Yeah, resolution 1 to 7, I think all resolved.
It's not all resolved. 1 to 4 are for this NDMA. They responded, their response is not positive. So that means supposed to refer to IGP.
5, 6, and 7.
5, 6, and 7 are for Ministry of Health. Five, the matter is under NAO review. Sorry, not 5. Resolution 6 is unresolved. And then resolution 7 is resolved.
Yeah, did you say 5 is on the NAO's review?
No, that is the bullet point 5, not the resolution 5. Let me check the bullet point 5.
Oh, okay.
No, he's asking which ones are confirmed. That was right. Yes. No. What I'm saying, the 5 that I was referring to, it's not the resolution. That was that's on Mama Sise case. Initially, yeah, the Mama Sise case, that's supposed to be resolution number 18. So it's not this COVID resolution point. No, what I'm saying, my record, the 5 I put here, it's not a resolution 5. I later realized that that's for the bullet point. Yes, it's the bullet point, not the resolution 5. So resolution 7, resolution 1 to 4 refer to IGP. Resolution 6 unresolved. Resolution 7 resolved. Yeah, which 7 is that? That's the correction, because
I thought we agreed.
no, but see, I want to check which 7, whether it's the 18.7 or 14.7. And for, yeah, the COVID, Mane is the one trying to confirm, so I'm making the confirm.
No, because I'm only looking at the resolution document. The summary I gave you are text perfect.
Yeah, can we go back? Do you check your records? Resolution 1 to 4, we are saying that that is for NDMA. Huh?
Yeah, at the conclusion is referred to I.
Yes, do you have that in your record?
That's what I'm recording on the resolution.
No, man, you should have already, yesterday, that was yesterday, you should have got that already
I have these ones unresolved here on that summary.
on that
This is
summary.
going to be the final conclusion. And draft.
So which one do you have unresolved in the summary? That's what we are counter checking.
Points 1 to 4 are all unresolved.
Unresolved, okay.
Only
How about,
point 3 here, chief of staff, which is not related.
now,
Number 3 of that summary, chief of staff, that's not related to the resolution.
no, that one is not there. Now, yes,
He's focusing. That's the confusion with me.
now what we are saying, check your record. Which ones are resolved and which ones are not resolved? That's what we want to confirm. 1 to 4, is that confirmed in your record? Sorry, I refer to IGP.
Unresolved.
Unresolved. Now, how about 5?
5 refer to NAO.
5.
That's GCC, PC, Mama Sis.
No. We are on the COVID resolution.
So let's deal with the resolution document. Forget the summary.
We are not referring to the summary. You are the one who are making your comment on the summary. So what we are saying, we are now on 5. The COVID resolution 5. What do you have there? In your record? I'm listening to Mane.
Exactly, it's created because in my record is what I'm asked to discard. Now we are on the resolution of the. That's what we're doing. But he's saying my record, and my only record is the summary which I'm asked to
Now,
discard.
can you take your record? If you have the summary, take your that summary. You take the summary, then we will.
They are not understanding.
Yeah. Now, we are dealing with the resolution. But he is making reference to the summary. That's where he indicated resolve or unresolved. Yeah. So now what we are saying, we are dealing with COVID resolution. Now we've dealt with 1 to 4. Now 5, on COVID resolution 5. What is in your record there?
What I clarified. This summary you are referring to only relates to matters that submissions have been made on. So whether they are already submitted against resolution 5, I will need to confirm that.
You know what we said is that now. Yeah?
Number 5 of 14.
Can we go to 5?
1650, that is unresolved. And that's the point number 1 on the summary.
Yeah. Now, can we go to point 5? And that has to do with the Ministry of Health. The amount involved is 1,650,000. And we're supposed to be the Auditor General and the Fpac. They're supposed to report to them, failure of which the matter should be referred to the police. Now, the submission by the Auditor General, has it addressed the issue? It has not addressed the issue. It was referred. That's where I'm checking. Okay. Five is referred, and resolution 6 also is referred. Money, take note.
Sorry, if you said 8 is resolved, are you saying its entirety or you are referring to just Madrid?
No, the balance now was about 25.
At least the 452 was, or 4 something was for Madrid, no? The 425. We now get the debit memo for the.
So 8 is resolved.
For the COVID. On COVID. Yeah, we are not on, yes, saving.
There are a series of joint issues on the 8th. You have at Madrid, you have Abu Dhabi, you have Beijing, you have etc. etc.
There was reconciliation on the areas. B. Yes, audit. Do you confirm the two attachments, the three attachments? Streamers? Streamers?
Yeah, sorry, Chair, we are just consulting. However, the information that the analysis given by Accountant General, it's something that we have not substantiated as we speak.
Okay.
So we may have to do further work on that.
That is resolution 8. That's on the resolution. Okay, we'll still put question mark there and proceed. Anywhere. Then the next one, 9 is referred. Are you there? And then 10 also is referred. So basically, I think it's only resolution 8. Resolution 8, that is referred to NAO. The rest supposed to be referred to the IGP. Is that the case? Huh? Can we proceed to the other resolution? That is the 18th September resolution. We start with resolution 1. We did not receive response pertaining to that resolution. That the MDA is to provide Fpac with comprehensive list of all fraudulent cases across the government institution, particularly the Accountant General's Office, the Auditor General's Office, the Inspector General of Police, and the Judiciary, including names, amounts, dates, and their current status, failure of which the IGP must launch an investigation immediately and report back to Fpac within 90 days. We've not received any response from that. Do we? Now, this one is asking for a comprehensive list of fraudulent cases across government institutions and try to make reference to certain institutions where we'll have the names and amount, dates, and their current status of all those involved. Whether we have a list of that nature? Yeah. All the institutions. Yes. So all institutions should do the same. And we don't have that. So we refer to the police so that they can act on that provision of that. Hmm? Then, since we don't have that yet, we have the police to follow up. Well, that's another thing. Now, this is what the resolution actually dictates. And now the police are involved is another thing. But what the resolution dictates, Pardon? Are you using the mic? Okay.
I think we have to revisit the approach, the initial approach.
Yes.
Okay, now we can, really tax the NOO, the Accountant General's Department, and the police to provide a comprehensive list for us. Because if you look at the initial, language of the resolution, it's kind of vague. And then if we inquire from money whether all MDAs were being written to, I'm pretty sure the answer will be in the negative. So why not we revisit our approach now and then channel it through the right ones?
The report was circulated and the onus lies on them. If you are affected, you act on the report.
Now let's use a targeted approach now so that we can hold someone accountable. You cannot refer the entire government umbrella.
No. Yes.
I recall there was a list that was provided by AGD. It actually has a summary of some fraudulent cases. I remember one in particular, Brikamos of Treasury. I remember on that list it was there. Faisal, something like Faisal, something like that. I remember they provided actually.
Now, yes.
That's for the AGD.
The NAO, the one that they provided, was in response to our 2022 resolution. A similar thing of that was mentioned. So NAO responded to that. In fact, that will form part of the response to that resolution. So some of the institutions or some of the fraudulent cases were mentioned in that. I'm not sure where that still will stand as the submission of NAO. Yeah, I gave that copy to Mani to photocopy. Yeah, but that's for NAO. Our 2022 resolution requests for the fraudulent cases, the list to be provided. And with the NAO did in response to the 2022 resolutions. So this one is requesting for a comprehensive one. And this time around, not only NAO, but even the Accountant General, unfortunately, and the police themselves, that's going to be very funny. Yes, precisely, it is the IGP, Judiciary, the NAO, and Accountant General that are supposed to provide the list of cases involved in their various institutions. Yes. So let's see. We are privileged that we have Accountant General here, and then we have National Audit here. Maybe they can give us their take as far as their institutions are concerned. National Accountant General, where on Resolution 1,
we will need to confirm our submission because it's been a while and I may not be very factual if I tell you the specifics of what we have submitted.
Yeah, so Accountant General is requesting to confirm their submission. Auditor General?
Thank you, Chair. We, as an office, we have started compiling information related to cases that we have already forwarded to the Inspector General of Police. Once we finish compiling this, we would make it available to the August Assembly. But I think you need to get hold of the Inspector General of Police, who has been getting all these copies of these reports, who should be able to provide you a clear picture of all the cases that have been forwarded to them as well.
Yes, we've heard from Accountant General. They are to confirm their submissions and the national audit in the process of compiling the cases. So that is Accountant General and then the national audit. Unfortunately, the IGP, okay. We can write to the police, and then the other one, the judiciary. Specifically, we have these 4 institutions mentioned. So that is, I think we go by Honorable Fofana's submission. We specifically write to them for them to do the submissions.
In fact, Honorable Chair, I think the Minister of Justice should be a good tool for you in this case.
Yeah.
Because some of the cases are already at the courts. So maybe the Minister of Justice will also be able to provide you a detail of some of those 4 cases as well.
Okay.
So maybe you have to write to them as well.
Yeah, officially. We write to IGP and then, in fact, all of them, Accountant General, National Audit, Judiciary, and IGP, we are now writing to them directly. Let's write to them still. Yes. IGP and Judiciary. Write to them.
So there's nothing like we are not informed.
Yeah, it's not about now. Now we want to be specific.
Yeah, but they were looking for.
We are doing the follow-up. That's why we feel it's necessary. We feel it's necessary to specifically write to them. That's resolution point. Point 1. Yes, honorable members. On point 2. Point 1 is unresolved. We are to do the follow-up, and the follow-up is for you to write to the respective institution and request that they submit their cases. Point 2, that all reconciled government transactions indicated in 2019 audited accounts, 2019 audited accounts be reconciled by the Accountant General before the end of the financial year 2023. And report be sent to Fpac. Failure of which the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance, must punish the people concerned. The time given is up to the end of the year. I think the Accountant General is working towards that. Accountant General? Okay.
It's not yet done.
But the process is on. Huh?
Yes.
We have up to the end of the year
Okay.
to report to the committee. Yes. Number 3, the Minister of Finance must provide a written explanation to Fpac on or before 28 September 2023, stating the reasons why the 404 environments totaling 2,687,362, 2 billion, I think. 2,687,362,341.4 were made over the maximum threshold of 75%. Yeah, I think the submission that Mane provided, yeah. Where you have the agenda, there is an attachment pertaining to this particular resolution. Have you seen the second? That's resolution 3. The Ministry of Finance must provide a written explanation to Fpac on or before 28 September 2023, stating the reason why the 404 environment totaling 2,687,362,341.40 bullets were made over the maximum threshold of 75%. The response given: the above mentioned environments were done across many MDAs. These environments were made for the following: basic salaries and allowances, settlement of confirmed debts, construction of irrigation infrastructure, school fees, maintenance of buildings, welfare of Gambians abroad, subventions, contributions to international organizations, payment of school bus services, subventions to NARI, Open Scholarship, TRRC, Constitutional Review Commission, military barrack structures, other major rehabilitations and works, electricity, telecommunications, motor vehicles, furniture and fittings, land preparation and wells, trading, travel expenses, upkeep of state guards, expenses of committees, office equipment, fuel and lubricants, fees and handling charges, etc. So that's the explanation for the environment. Yes. Yes.
Public Finance Act, clause 29. You know, it gives a threshold. So we are not interested in where the environment has gone. We are just interested in why did they follow the threshold as dictated by the law. That's what we are asking.
That is to say, the response did not answer the question or concern. National Audit, do you have the copy of this response?
Honorable Chair, we just received it this morning.
This morning?
Confirm, yeah. Well, we just saw it this morning.
So you have to go through.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Pardon? We want to hear your
No, it's for the assembly to review the submission that they did and take a decision.
Yeah. This has to do with an explanation. So it was the position of the auditor. They're supposed to provide explanation, and that was what we acted on, and asked them to provide the explanation. What I'm saying, whether still we give them chance also to look into the explanation that is advanced, because they are the one who requested for that explanation to be advanced. Yes.
What National Audit Office did was to flag it that environment was done above the threshold of 75%. Now it was the decision of plenary to ask justification from the Minister of Finance. So now the submission received from the Permanent Secretary, it is for us to decide on. And I think I would side with Honorable Mbo, because if you look at their submission, it's just a narration of where the money is spent. But why? Why was it spent there? That justification is what we do not have. You know? So
Honorable Sane,
that is it.
can you use the mic?
Thank you.
Yes, in that case, what do we do? No, they've already explained. Written explanation. We are now making oral explanation. More doubts as well. Okay. Finance.
Yes, this is entirely consistent with the law. There is nothing like the law was broken. Minister has all the powers vested in him under the Public Finance Act to via even 100%. The thresholds are just there. This was done since 2014, and the thresholds are just there to control the allocation of funds. But it doesn't mean that on the request, the minister cannot approve a virement of 100%. If you check the Public Finance Act, you will have it. You will see it there. It's not about a legal issue. It's about justifications that they are saying, and what justifies it is where the money was spent. At that time, those things were necessary and it was needed. So that was the time those thresholds were bridging those thresholds doesn't necessarily mean that the minister has not acted in accordance with the law. Check the relevant section of the Public Finance Act. You will see it. He has all the powers to via 100%.
Yes.
There are two issues here. The threshold and also the notification of the budget controller on the other side. In as much as the minister actually has powers to via up to 100%, but the law is saying that the other vote controller must be notified. So one of it is two, the threshold, and the other one is about notification.
Yes.
I did not see here. The emphasis is more on the threshold, so that's why we responded that way. There's nothing like notification here. I think the emphasis is on the thresholds. Yeah.
The emphasis is on threshold, but what the committee is trying to say, the justification advanced in that did not address the question being asked.
Then maybe the question should have been enhanced. At least that will have help us to improve on the communication or on the response. If I respond this and then there is a follow-up on notification issue, then that's something else. Yeah.
Honorable?
Honorable Speaker, thank you. Honorable Chair. Yes. Okay, I think the PS might be right. The PS might be right to say, okay, the minister have the powers to do even 100% violence. But here is the situation. The budget entirely remains the property of the National Assembly by virtue of the appropriation bill. The appropriation bill gives back to the budget, and then resources are allocated to priority areas. So the moment violence is done, you are shifting it from one priority area to the other, which means there could be underperformance. So now for us, as Fpac, what we want to know is, why is one area more prioritized than the other? To necessitate the movement of the initial allocation of those funds. I think that one is in order. Because the appropriation bill is specific. And that is supreme. If you go to the Constitution, you will find environment there. So its legality can be questioned. But if we accommodate the fact that yes, environment is legal, subject to the provisions of the Public Finance Act, then we must also give due relevance to the Constitution and look for the justifications of the reallocation of those funds. And that is exactly what the resolution is bringing. And if you look at the category of expenditure, it's from personal emoluments, others are development, it is the improvement of what infrastructure, and so on and so forth. So one might even go to the point of asking, why the need for the budget? If at all we can buy from one area to the other. So I strongly believe, Honorable PS, we need to do more on the response. We definitely need those justifications as to why it was necessary to go beyond those thresholds. Then we can work to enhance it further. Yes.
Actually, I'm in line with that. But you see, the issue is you are varying almost 10% of your budget. That is the issue. Because when you look at this, the 404 transactions, totaling 2.6 billion, that is almost 10% of your total budget. So it means there's something wrong somewhere. Either the budgeting was not done properly, and which is actually going to give extra pressure on you as the Minister of Finance to keep moving from one ministry to the other, or something's not right. You know, we understand this is just a planning tool. We know that. And it's just a plan, and plans may change along the way. But if you're going to do environment 10% or more of your budget, there's something fundamentally wrong somewhere. And that's what we are questioning. Why do you have to do all these things? You know, 2.6 billion, 404 environment transactions, etc. So that's what we are questioning. The rationale, you know, because 10% again, that's extremely very high or more. And in fact, you are giving unnecessary pressure to some staff because somebody did not do the right thing in their budget. That's why we are asking this question.
Uh, I think then the resolution should have been more enhanced because it's the way it is written. So the response is done according to the way, because the looks like the stress is emphasis is more on the issue of the threshold. So we understand, and the justifications are where the money went to actually at that time. So that was how we responded to the resolution. But if there are follow-up issues at this plenary, then that's something else. But at the time of responding, we looked at strictly what is contained in the resolution and responded accordingly. Yeah.
What we can do is, since we have the audit of 2020, we can do a comparative analysis to find out whether the issue still remains or there's an improvement. Because if it is the same issue, subvention, that is actually changing, both service, SIG, open scholarship, if it is consistent that every year these are the main culprits of environment, then there's something wrong with the budget. Yeah, because it cannot be the same budget line item all the time, open scholarships, SIG, etc. So maybe we can take a look at the 2020 once we start reviewing and make a comparative analysis and then see where on whether it's the same budget lines that actually have been that are suffering from fire. Because when you look at these areas here, contribution to international organizations, payment to school bus service, subvention to NRA, open scholarships, these are very familiar actually, very very familiar. So let's look at what happened in 2020 since we have the audit account, and from there we can draw a conclusion. Auditor account. Yeah. So they will tomorrow. Yeah. And then from there, once we get to the environment, we make a comparative analysis of what happened in 2019 and 2020, and then see if it is the same budget line items actually been touched all the time. So then we can make a conclusion on that.
sorry. That is in for the written explanation was advanced. However, we concluded that in future due process must be followed. And the same applied to 5. The written explanation was advanced. Then we also put that in future due process must be followed. For 6, that one also there was a response, but we concluded that the accountant general supposed to the response supposed to be updated. So the accountant general still will work on it, their response to give update. That's for 6. 7, in my record, 7 is resolved. I'm not sure what we have there. It's resolved. Then 8.
Honorable Chair, we just need one to clarify on 6.
Okay.
In the submission of the Accountant General yesterday, did mention that they did provide all except for the 20,000. We can confirm that that is the case. Except for the 20,000. However, there was a suggestion that there were some affirmative evidence that were taken. If I am right, that you could not see the voucher, but you did some undertakings, no? Attached to the copy of the voucher.
Yeah, maybe with the permission of the chair. Chair?
Yes, yes.
May I?
Yes, you can.
Yes. That one, he is right in saying that our submission yesterday was that we have been able to retrieve all the missing vouchers with the exception of one, which we couldn't find. So we printed a copy of that voucher from the system, and then we made the supplier to confirm receipt of funds and delivery of items, as well as the ministry that was responsible for the services to confirm that the job was actually done. So it's for the assembly now to decide.
Now the issue of for you to be given chance to give the update, that's no longer there?
No, it's no longer there because we have submitted all except one. And this is the action that was taken to address the situation that we find ourselves in. So it's for you to decide.
That's surrounding the 20,000. Okay. Honorable members, you've heard the explanation. The outstanding balance is the 20,000. So the accountant general is no longer in that position to give any update. So it's for the committee to decide on that. It's a done deal. Yes, Bwana?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think if you look at the amount now, you've been dealing with close to 30 billion. So $20,000 is actually very immaterial. So maybe what we got to do is like maybe in the future they have to ensure that vouchers are properly kept to ensure that when they are needed by the auditors, they are provided. Because if you look at the number of transactions, you are talking about billions, and this is really 0.000%, of an issue. So for me, we can let it go, but on the condition that in the future every single voucher must be provided at one time.
Mark, do you want to let it go?
Yes.
What I would propose is there any way to, from the National Audit Office, is there any way that you can verify those affirmations? Because, they have given you verifiable points. That A, the service provider, have indicated receipt of funds. Okay, the beneficiary also have indicated that work was done. So there are 2 points that you can verify. just to close it, to avoid any doubts, is there any way that NAO can do anything just for a one-step verification? Then we close it.
Our submission is that is more of the National Assembly now to take it up. They have provided the submission. So if the Assembly so wishes to confirm with the suppliers, I think if they are happy with that, we are happy with that.
The question is, can you do another one-step verification? Don't pay to the Assembly. We don't want to put on the cap of the National Audit Office. It's your work, so we are here to enhance it, and we want you to be satisfied. When you are satisfied, we are. So the verification should be your role.
If you instruct us to do that, we can do that.
I propose, Chair, if they can do another one-step verification.
That's for national audit.
Yes, with the suppliers and the beneficiaries, because AGD have done exactly what they are supposed to do. When they do not have the voucher, they follow the transaction, make sure that value exchange happened, and then the service was also provided. If NAO can verify that, I think that will be a good point. Right. Thank you.
Any other submission? Now we are now taxing the NAO to do further verification. NAO?
We will, based on your instruction.
Okay. Now we dealt with 7, now we're supposed to go to 8. 8 is unresolved. On the basis that no formal agreement was provided to the auditors, and the matter referred to the IGP. Have you taken note? 8, no formal agreements were provided. On that note, then the matter was referred to IGP. 8, yeah, in the record.
What we did was to tax the Accountant General's Department to provide us with the, sharing ratio of the proceeds received from the timber sales.
No, 8, if you look at 8 is asking for the agreements.
Exactly so. The Accountant General this indicate that there is a sharing ratio.
There's a sharing?
There's a sharing ratio. And that it was forwarded to her by someone who put her WhatsApp on disappearing mode.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, later.
But the individual is on appearing mode, so.
Yeah. that was the.
Yes.
When we decided on this, then she later.
Thank you. Yes.
Provided that information.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Then that was when I had already written this. Then she provided, yes. So when does she provide that information? What's our take on that, finally? And she is...
We gave her until Friday.
To make that submission.
To make that submission. Yeah.
Government revenue. Yeah,
the Accountant General
Yeah.
supposed to give the submission of those further evidences by Friday.
Yes, yesterday I was able to get some of the documentation, but maybe a point of correction here. I did not say there is an agreement that has a sharing ratio. What I said was some documentation was submitted via WhatsApp message. I believe there is something, but I've not looked at it. Okay. I can no longer find them there. So yesterday I found out that it was also shared by email. So I was able to print some of what was shared. But unfortunately, going through the documentation, there is nothing indicating any sharing mechanism, revenue sharing mechanism between the two countries. I have some I have it here, some documentation, but basically it's not indicating how the revenue was to be shared.
Yes, so that means
We also have some, from our side, we have some documentation relating to the authority that we relied on to process the payment, one of the payments, which is here. To provide.
So the information that you said you could not download from your WhatsApp listing, now you have it in your email.
Email, yeah, and that is here. The
And
second,
there is no issue of any agreement pertaining to
no,
that document.
yeah.
Okay.
The other issue which had to do with the AGD, reason or why, what basis did we use to transfer the funds? We have the documentation here, that is the authorization for us to effect the payment.
Yeah, so as it stands, there is no document pertaining to the agreements that were involved. So that's what she's trying to explain. Yeah. So that means giving her up to Friday to provide, she has now already taken a position that all the documents that she is having don't contain all any of those agreements. Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems the audit query still stands. Since we don't get the document verified to the IGP as agreed by Daniel.
Yeah. That's for 8. We go to 9.
So, Chair,
Yes.
do we still submit the one relating to AGD on the authorization for
You
payment?
can submit.
We have it.
Actually, we are more interested in the actual agreement that shows the sharing ratio. Where is that agreement coming from? Is it from the Ministry of Finance with the government of Senegal? Is it from OP with the government of Senegal? Who exactly has that agreement in place? That would we are interested in.
That is itemizing the different institutions and what their role in this is and what the substance of the query was. And in this case, we're trying to clear ourselves as it relates to our query.
Well, that is fine. Force these government revenue, because these are items that are seized on Gambian soil, so the proceeds must belong to the government of the Gambia. So what we want to know is who is actually authorizing a portion of that money to be given to the government of Senegal. So for us, that's our interest.
Yes.
Yes, I just want to seek some clarification, because I think the main reason yesterday we asked the Accountant General to get back to us was when she indicated in her response that indeed there was a sharing ratio, so maybe one gets it wrong, but here we were not trying to apportion responsibility. We are looking at it on wholesale value. That is the agreement in entirety. So, individual responsibility at this point, we are not looking at that very well. We want to know what the agreement entails. So, when it was reported that indeed there's a sharing ratio, that's why we said, okay, maybe we are really targeting the wrong institution, that is the Ministry of Environment. So, why not we really refer it to AGD? So, I don't know what on the initial spot prompted you believe that indeed there is a kind of a sharing mechanism.
Chair, may I? Yeah. Honorable member, like I said, I did not affirmatively say that there is a sharing ratio. What I said was some documentation relating to timber proceeds were shared with us. It was sent on WhatsApp. What I couldn't tell was whether part of this documentation that was shared with us contained the agreement, And when I went back yesterday, I made it a point of view to reach out to the person who shared it. And then he remembered that he also shared it by email. So when I went through the email and recalled it, I saw all the information that was shared on this timber proceed. When I went through the information, I realized none of the submissions had to do with the agreement itself. So I just had to print part of it because others were not really relevant. So that is what I reported here.
Since you have a document to share with us, we can also admit documents as well. It can give us a better understanding.
Has to do with about 108 million spent without authority. National audit, is that the case? Huh?
Yes, that's the case. But what we are saying here, the documents that were provided for our review relates to 2020. And actually the question or the query relates to 2019.
They relate to?
The actual query, because this audit was relevant for 2019, but the documents that were provided to us for review relates to 2020.
Okay, 2020.
Yeah.
That's where you have this 108 million.
Exactly. In 2019, again, there were no authority, or we can't confirm that there was an authority for them to be spending from this.
In 2019?
2019. There was no evidence.
No evidence of authority. Yes, honorable members, what's our take? Refer. Uh, 10. Huh? The Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs provide a written explanation to the auditors and Fpac on or before 28 September. The procurement of 15 motor vehicles brands that are different from the specification on the contract. Failure of the Inspector General of Police must launch an investigation immediately and report back to Fpac within 90 days. Initially, we did not have this in the response, but I think there were some additional documents provided, whether it's contained in those number 10. The new attachment, whether we have this. Beyond attack to the agenda, okay.
The continuation is the one with UNOPS.
Why is my agenda? I don't know. Yes. Can you take the agenda? Resolution 10. And in the response advance, the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs sought approval from the Public Procurement Authority to engage United Nations Office for Project Services for the procurement and delivery of the Toyota brands The request for the purchase of Toyota vehicles was subsequently granted by GBA during the procurement of the said vehicles. CFR Gambia Limited protested to Toyota Company against the procurement and supply of the Toyota brands into the Gambia by UNOPS. This protest was made by CFR because they are the sole agent and distributor of Toyota brands in the country. In response to the action of CFR, UNOPS withdrew from the procurement of the Toyota vehicles. Following the intervention of the CFR, the Inspector General of Police proposed a change of specification from Toyota brands to Ford Ranger double cabin pickup and Nissan Patrol single cabin pickup as recommended by the Ministry of Interior. Please find attached the request for change of specifications and project agreement signed between UNOPS and the Ministry of Interior. Now you have the attachments provided.
Honorable Chair, before we proceed, we have a clarity to make on point number 9, resolution 9.
Pardon?
Resolution number 9.
Okay, okay.
That now that we want to refer this to the police, but we must make this statement clear that the police are also a beneficiary to these proceeds. So I don't know how do you refer it to them.
Yes.
You know, number 9 actually has a relation with number 8. Number 8, the actual document, the sharing mechanism. So that's what we are saying. Who actually authorized those? Because these are government funds, and if they are not appropriated by the parliament, you cannot, utilize. And we don't see anything in the budget that actually shows that they can go ahead and use this kind of money. It was not. So what we want to get at, number 1, to have the contract that actually clearly indicate the sharing ratio, which is related to number 8. Then number 9, who actually give authority for those money to be spent. So these are two things. Yeah, you see. Yeah.
Where in 10? I said whether the attachments that were stated, the national audit, do you have those attachments? You have the attachments?
Yes, we received them today.
Have you confirmed them? Not yet.
We are reviewing it currently, but
Yeah, can we give them later day to confirm those attachments? Okay? Yeah, we give them up to next week. Anyway, yes.
With this one, this is a marathon write-up. I don't think we should engage anyone on this one.
Okay.
We asked for an explanation and they are giving it to us. And what they are trying to say is, CFO Gambia protested because the initial contract, the parent company was the one contracted. As a result, UNOPS withdrew from the procurement. Then police have to resort to a different specification. And NAO will still come back to you and tell you, as per the contract, they shouldn't have resorted. They should have cancelled and start everything up. It's not so, which we know. So now it is up to us to say yes.
No, what I want them to do is to confirm the evidence of those specifications, the specification that we have provided. And based on that, then we can take a decision.
Can I come, Chair?
Yeah.
There is no evidence provided here. The write-up, in fact, is only confirming the position of the auditors. Because what the auditors told you is a different specification was bought, and that is what the explanation is confirming. So now it is up to us to decide on it. The evidence is only confirming what the auditors found. If I may be right. So I'm proposing...
On the issue of the change of specification,
Yes.
now that we are talking about the protest by CFR or...
Those are narrations.
Yeah, those documents is what we're supposed to look at. And
Chair,
Huh?
this is a very simple matter.
Hmm.
And we know Fpac is the sole retailer of Toyota Motors.
On this 10. Sorry.
What I'm saying is, we know that Fpac is the sole distributor of Toyota Motors. So, and if we want to use a different company outside the Gambia, of course they will protest. Now, during the protest, we realized that, okay, it's better off for them to try something different. And that's why they went for, instead of Toyota, they went for the Ford. So for me, I think it's a simple thing. You are just trying to make sure that, there is no rift between Fpac Gambia and, in fact, even the parent company and the government. So they decided, okay, now forget about Toyota. Let's have an alternate, and the alternative was Ford. So they went for the Ford. For me, I think it's simple.
Letters of CFO. That's what I want us to confirm. Not necessarily in the submissions.
No, it's
Sorry,
not in this submission.
It's not there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You see. Yes.
The issue is you might not have that because the relationship between CFO and the parent company is totally private. Not so. That's not governmental. Okay, it's totally private. So you might not have that. That's outside our domain.
The UNOPs, the total number of people that is stated here, I don't know.
If I may explain.
Toyota is 7.
I can help you explain.
Yes.
Yeah, let me just help you to understand. The initial request to the Minister of Interior, the IGP to be more precise, requested for the procurement of 17 Toyota brand vehicles.
Okay.
So government, for purposes of cost savings, decided to engage UNOPS to procure these vehicles on behalf of government, because UNOPS can do large-scale procurements and reduce the cost per vehicle. So that was the reason why government decided to engage UNOPS. So when UNOPS was engaged, the contract was signed. So UNOPS started procuring these 17 vehicles, including that 17 vehicles that government wanted from Toyota company. But as soon as CFAO learned about this, they informed Toyota that those vehicles cannot be imported into the country because they are the sole distributor or the sole agent of Toyota in the Gambia. So when that happened, the Inspector General of Police decided to change now, because we are still going with UNOPS, decided to change the specifications from Toyota to Ford and Nissan. And those letters are in the attachments that I provide. The letter from the IGP proposing the change of vehicles, and the letter that was sent by the Ministry of Interior recommending for that change to the ministry. So that was what prompted the change in specifications. So that was just the narration I was giving. Yes, there was change of specification, but that was the reason for that change of specification. So the letter from the IGP recommending for the change of specification, and the letter from the Ministry of Interior also endorsing the recommendation of the IGP for the change of specification. So that was what led to the change of specification. Yes, indeed there was a change of specification, and this was the reason why there was this change of specification. Yeah, so it was 17 vehicles, and when those and this get me to point 11, resolution 11, because 10 and 11 are connected.
They are related?
Yes, they are related.
Okay.
And it all had to do with the 17 vehicles. When they came, the 17 vehicles were delivered to the Ministry of Interior, OP, and Ministry of Finance. So if you check in the explanation, the explanatory notes I have provided, not the attachment, but the explanatory note, you will see a breakdown of those institutions that received the 17 vehicle on behalf of government. So police can confirm that they did receive 15 vehicles. If you ask them, they can confirm that, including the one that was Ministry of Finance received also was handed over to police. If you ask police, if you refer this matter to police, they can confirm that. Yes, so 10 and 11 are related. It all had to do with the 17 vehicles. But two of them, the auditors, I think, cannot confirm. But police are telling us that if the auditors reach out to them, they can confirm that these two vehicles have been received. So 10 and 11 are all linked. It refers to the same number of vehicles. I'm
So
not sure
are you trying to say instead of 17 vehicles, actually it was 15?
No, what happened? Police received 15,
15,
and the auditors verified that 15 initially. Then two of them, one was with finance, the other one was with OP. But police can confirm that finance has giving them the one they received. It's with police.
We'll come to 11.
That's item 2. Yeah, that's number 11. Yeah, they are related. The two.
We will come to 11 then.
Okay.
Where then you can advance those explanations. But however, we'll go through the written explanation first. Now let's come to 10 that we've heard from the PS and as well as the explanation that was advanced regarding the change of specifications. So what's our take on that, honorable members?
Under the circumstances, that's led to the withdrawal of this thing with the, I think it should be fine under the circumstances. Now, I know in 2020 you may see something along those lines where the some ambulances actually were also ordered using UNOX. We were told earlier in the parliament last year with the Minister of Health that they use them, which is actually cheaper for them than traditionally to buy locally. So you may see the same trend in 2020 or 2021 accounts as well.
So we will provide the explanations that are advanced. Yeah. Okay. We go to 11, and the response advanced in 11 would also be contained "17 vehicles were handed over in 4 batches as follows and were received on behalf of the government by the officers indicated." The other attachment where we have the minutes, 11. Yeah. Yeah, we're in 11. So now the 17 vehicles were handed over in 4 batches as follows and were received on behalf of the government by the officers indicated. And the badges are indicated in the table, totaling 17 vehicles. Then where we have the Nissan Patrol single cabin, that's the last one. Single cabin pickup 2, and that's for PS Asantangara and the Ministry of Interior. That means those 2 were given to the Ministry of Interior. And that's where we are of interest to know where those 2 vehicles, where did they go to? So now if we are told that they are being received by the Ministry of Interior, so we should confirm that from the Ministry of Interior. or police? Not interior precisely. Okay. So we should confirm the receipt of those vehicles by the police. And in the audit, they indicated the locations where those vehicles are supposed to be given to. So should we go further to ask where they have distributed those vehicles?
Yeah, Chairman, if you ask the police, they can, those two vehicles, they can, because we spoke to them, they can confirm their locations. Yeah.
They can confirm the
Yes,
location.
police, yeah.
Yes, Honorable, I saw her.
Chairman, I'm still looking at the resolution. And it have two sticking points. Huh?
Sorry?
It have two sticking points.
Okay.
With regards to what the written explanation should contain. That is one, the supporting documentation, and two, the procurement and delivery. Okay. This supporting documentation have to really provide evidence with regards to the procurement and the delivery of these two vehicles. So, the outstanding, when you look at 11,
you know, they bought 17 vehicles. The auditors, I think, can verify and confirm 15. They couldn't see 2. So that gets us to point 11. Yeah, and police can confirm that where those 2 vehicles are. But it's the same 17 vehicles. But 10 is talking about the ones that they confirm, but they have issues with the mode of procurement. Because there was a change of specification. That was the emphasis of point 10. That was resolution 10. So resolution 11 is talking about the 2 missing vehicles that they cannot trace. Yes.
now I understand. It was not a different procurement. Okay, okay. But now this is it. Still now, we would have expected you, the PS chairman, to tell us, after confirming with the police,
Yes.
the missing vehicles are in location A and location B, then we can do the verification. So National Audit Office can do it. But now, if we must get the information from the police, that will no longer be verification. So I believe the PS knows where those vehicles are.
No, one I understand is with anti-crime.
Okay.
It was allocated to anti-crime. Yeah, so the other one, check with police. They are saying it's either with OP or OVP, NDMA precisely. Either NDMA, yeah. Yeah, but the other one is with anti-crime, yeah. But, yeah.
Thank you, Chair. So now we have the locations which we can verify.
Okay.
Now we have the locations of the vehicles.
According to the PS.
No. What is happening is, according to the explanation of the PS, it was a single procurement. You want to come in? It was a single procurement of 17 vehicles. You know, for us, we were asking for additional documentation in regards to the procurement of the additional 2. No, they made a single procurement of 17 vehicles. The auditors could confirm and verify 15, but 2 were missing. So in effect, instead of them providing documentation with regards to procurement and delivery, now they are giving the locations of the 2 missing vehicles. Am I right? Yes.
Yes.
No, what the resolution is saying is different. The resolution is asking you to provide supporting documentation with regards to the procurement and delivery of the 2 outstanding vehicles. So, and based on your explanation, you are not making any new procurement. It was part of the 17. So now what we need to know is the location. Okay.
Honorable, we are just a little bit concerned, or we need further clarity if you like. If you look at the submission that is made by the Minister of Finance, if you like, from that table, it's casting doubt to where the vehicles are. Because if you tell me the vehicles were meant for the Minister of Interior, police to be specific, and now you are seeing 7 vehicles for cheaper protocol, 7 vehicles at the Ministry of Interior, etc., etc. It's suggesting otherwise. So maybe we need to get more clarity on what was the vehicle meant for. Where are the vehicles? Yes, we have seen the vehicles, but really, are the vehicles serving the purpose that they were prepared for? Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the vehicles were meant for the police. From all the respondents we have seen, they are meant for the police. So, but I understand that not all the 17 vehicles were delivered on the same day and on the same time. And that is why in that table you are seeing is the delivery of the vehicle received by different people, because it was not that all of them were like delivered the same day and the same time, received by one person. Yeah, they were delivered on different dates. So that's why different people sign off on the delivery notes. So what you have seen, those names are the people who sign off on the delivery notes. But those vehicles were for the police.
Thank you, PS. In fact, you are making it more interesting. It's meant for the police. For example, why OP?
Well, I understand that all these vehicles were all delivered at, almost all of them are delivered at OP. Almost all of them were at OP, but different people sign off on the delivery note. But they are all at State House. Yeah.
They were all at State House, but were they later distributed to their various locations?
Yes, if you ask the police, they will tell you that they have received at least 16 vehicles of these 17. I think one of them is with either NDMA or what, but they have received 16 of these vehicles.
So I think it will be important. We request the police to give us the locations rather than the PS submission. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah. Hmm. Pardon? It's working. Working.
When they went for physical verification, they can only see 15 vehicles. So is this also another form of violence that you people do? Of course, because the 17 our police officers.
You buy vehicles?
Yeah, you buy vehicles. I don't know.
It's a problem. Well, in this form of environment, there's no threshold. Okay. So 11, we still have to request that the police provide explanation on that, and then it also entail the locations of the 2 vehicles. We are told that the 2 vehicles were given to the police. So this has to be confirmed, as well as their locations. Yeah?
For NDMA or other institutions to take those vehicles, whilst our police stations are struggling with vehicles. Yeah, these vehicles were meant for our police stations. So we should equally add that those vehicles be returned back to the police.
Yeah, when the police so the police are to provide explanation in both 10 and 11. And then let's see what is in 12. that the Nissan Patrol pickup vehicle purchased for Panchang PIU be delivered to IGP for delivery on or before 28 December. Now, when we get the explanation for 10-11, then that will inform us on 12. Yes. Yeah, okay.
Where that one is. The two vehicles missing, he said one is at anti-crime and the other one is either at OP, OVP, or NDMA.
Yeah.
So now we know where that Panchang vehicle is.
Now, but I want us to...
No, now you decide, yes, let's cancel the environment. Let's take it back. Yeah.
What I'm saying, if you look at 11,
Yeah.
if you look at 11, the vehicles we are told were given to the police, and they're supposed to be confirmed from the police, as well as they tell us the location of those vehicles. I am saying that is going to be an informed point if we know that from their explanation. Yes, we are given that information, but we also want to get that from the police. Yeah, we want to get that from the police. Pardon? Be clearer? Yeah, I mean, information we get from 11 will guide us to the point that we are looking for in 12.
Come on.
Yes.
11 will only confirm what the PS said. He said the police received 16 vehicles. And the locations that the police would give you would not exceed those 16. There will be a missing one. And that missing one, you would not find it with the police because it was never sent. We can only get that from the PS, and he said it. Yes, you are right. We can get the 16 from the police and rely on the response of the PS with regard to the location of the 17th one. And when we reach that level, we'll ask ourselves the question, what do we do next? That's where we are proposing now that we decide. So say if indeed the police receives 16th and the 17th one is between OVP, NDMA, or what, OP, we've resolved that the vehicle be retrieved by ABOC and then be taken to Panchang.
Now,
so this is it.
It is confirmed that in 11, the police received altogether 16 vehicles. That means out of the 16, the remaining 2 vehicles that we are requesting for, one of them is those two vehicles. In 11, we are requesting for the whereabouts of the 2 vehicles. The total is, no, the one that the police supposed to receive, 15. Okay.
So the one that outstanding, we are told that either it's OBP or the DMA or OBI.
The 2 missing vehicles. The PS told us that one is with anti-crime. The 2 missing vehicles. The PS told us one is with anti-crime. Anti-crime is under the police. We don't have a problem with that. The other one, he indicated that is in one of these places. That is, it might be in OVP, OP, or what, NDMA. And that is the missing vehicle.
Okay.
So
according to the PS, the 2 missing vehicles, one at anti-crime and the other one either OP or NDMA, OVP or NDMA. So those are the ones. There's nothing in Pancha yet. It's supposed to be taken to Pancha.
let's read the resolution. Resolution 12, huh?
Can we, sorry. Do we have any response on resolution 12 from the, no, okay. That's for the IGP, not for the PS. Yes.
I want to refer you to Resolution 12. It said that the Nissan patrol pickup vehicle purchased for Panchang PIU be delivered to IGP, which means he never received it, for delivery on or before the 28th of September 2023. Failure of which IGP must launch an investigation immediately and report back. So now we are saying, since we know the location of the vehicle, all that is left is to enforce the resolution.
Okay.
Retrieve, and then we are lucky because PS is here. He gave us the information. We can equally tax him to tell us specifically between these three institutions where the vehicle is, so that we can retrieve it and then we send it to Pancha. Thank you.
Okay. So, Manef, take note. Resolution 12. From the explanation advance, we are able to trace that the two vehicles, one is with the anti-crime and the other one OBP NDMA. So that one should be relocated, should be given back to the police for relocation to Panchang PIU. Okay? We go to 13. The Chief of Staff and Inspector General Police must ensure that the commandeering of NAO vehicles stop immediately. Is that in course? I want to confirm. Huh? No response.
Last or where the vehicles commandeered.
NAO?
No, recently they have not. There were attempts, and we wrote back to remind them of the Fpac resolution, and then they released the paper.
Chair?
AG?
Chair?
AG?
We're partners with the auditors. Yes, if we don't work, the auditors would not have work to do.
Yes.
So unless we do work, then they have work to do. So consider I'm speaking between the lines.
Okay. Can we go to 14? The Pura must immediately levy appropriate fines on Jar Oil Company for their willful non-compliance with the regulation. I think this was, there was response on that. No, in the ones that yesterday, the response we received. It was part of the response. So what was the position on that? Huh? Resolution 14? Resolution 14.
Honorable Chair,
Yes.
if you may allow me to say that we've confirmed that these monies were paid into the relevant bank accounts.
Pardon?
We've confirmed that these monies were paid into the relevant bank accounts
Okay.
based on what was submitted to us.
Okay. On the members we've had, so it's resolved. For 15, Department of Fiscal Planning must not issue permit for construction of fuel station prior to Pura's approval. I think this subsequent applications, like what happened in the case of Javel, to avert that. This is making a caution that should adhere to. That is poorer fiscal planning. Hmm. Reminder to fiscal planning. 16, the Ministry of Youth and Sport must regularize the situation of the National Youth Service Scheme by the end of October and report to Fpac by 15th November. Do you receive any information from Ministry, money? We authorize the ministry to regularize the situation if it is still not, they have not responded. So no response from the ministry. End of October, and report to FPAC by 15th November. That was yesterday. Huh?
Maybe that's why NYSS was caught. Or they said they wrote something that they have been part of your ministry. So whatever you send them, copy us.
That is 16. Director General 17 of the GBOS must ensure that some payment vouchers amounting to 450,000 were not presented for audit inspection are provided to the auditors on or before September 28. Failure of which may matter be investigated by the police. Was this part of the response? Hmm? Yeah, was it resolved or not resolved? Money? Resolution 17 was not satisfactory. Explanation was not satisfactory, and therefore the matter referred to the police. Hmm? Okay. '18, that the Director General Gambia Competition and Consumer Protection Commission must ensure that the monies involved in the fraud case concerning fuel coupons defrauded by their staff be fully recovered on or before September 28. That one is, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. Paid in full under annual audit. And I take note. "19. The principal of the Gambia College must provide to the auditors on or before September 28 all missing vouchers amounting to 21 million, failure of which the Inspector General of Police must launch an investigation immediately." Do you receive anything from auditors? Did you receive anything from Gambia College? To the auditors? Yeah. Those missing vouchers. We're saying that the principal
must provide you or their auditors perhaps.
Yeah.
No, they have not.
So, honorable members, no submission to the audits regarding those missing vouchers. Refer to (20) that the Select Committee on Regional Government, Jame is here. Yes, must become area council latest end of October to investigate the issues relating to new BSc office building. As witness and under oath.
About the office, we had our talk and we were able to go and see the office. So we are yet to invite both parties because supposed to meet both parties so that at least we can put our heads together. But basically, the nature of the office is very terrible. So now we want to have an audience with the contractor. Because already beneficiaries, we already engaged them. So far, maybe in our next committee session, we will invite the contractor and discuss with him. Thank you.
Now, I don't know how it will be like, because if you are to give report on this last talk, that means this issue will be partially treated.
We can say the committee would actually provide a comprehensive report on this one.
On this matter.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's 20.
Was to go and engage them, which we did. Now we are yet to have the full, whatever evidence from the contractor. But on the side of the beneficiaries, we already engaged them, and we went in to the offices and we saw definitely the building is just terrible.
No,
So-
Chairman,
And
what, I'm sorry to cut you.
yes,
The issue is investigate the issues surrounding the office listing. I think that can sound more than your committee visit. This should be a specific attention that you should devote to this exercise. But by doing so, yes, you should be visiting the place and also hear from them likewise that of the contractor.
this is what we are trying to do,
Yeah.
but because of time,
Time you are constrained.
we were constrained with time.
Okay.
But we really want to treat this as a special issue wherein we want to engage both parties concerned so that we can be able to come up with something. Then if there is nothing that we can do, then we can still proceed with the police, involving the police for them to do their necessary thing.
Yeah, that will come as a way of recommendation.
Yes.
If you present your report, then what you recommend based on your findings, then from there the action can be taken on that. So now what we can do is to request for extension.
Chair.
You don't want the care.
Yeah, yes. You know, we have a deadline.
Yes.
And they missed the deadline.
Yes.
We should make a recommendation also.
That's what I understand the constraint of the care. I'm in the same position, constraining to have my meetings. You know very well. So, yes. So we have up to October. Unfortunately, the work is still incomplete. Then can we extend the deadline instead of October, end of October? What are you suggesting? Based on the explanation given, they are not asking for explanation.
No, what we are saying. No, what we are saying here.
We have a conflict of interest.
Yes,
here. I think we should change it here now.
I understand it's constrained.
No,
There's no time.
We were very constrained. In fact, we
I
even had to invite the clerk
Yes.
for him to at least guide us based on our tour and this engagement. So we were able to squeeze everything together. Then immediately after our tour, almost all the committee sessions were completed, and we couldn't. So now what we are saying, our next committee session, we will take a number of days just to do this investigation and finish with it.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Is it that, are we going to have ordinary committee session before next ordinary? Yes, January.
Yes, January.
Yeah, if you can endeavor to do that in January, so that your
Yes.
report
Yes.
for March ordinary session,
Yes.
then you can have both inclusive. Yeah, that will help us. The committee will decide.
Decide.
Yeah? Yeah? Oh my God. Oh my God. So that's that. There's another 21. Okay. So we are done with the select committee. Huh? We go to 21. The CEO Janjambure Area Council must immediately provide all missing vouchers on or before 28 September. Failure of which the equivalent amount to be deposited into the accounts of Janjambure Area Council. Or the Inspector General Police must launch an investigation immediately and report to Fpac within 90 days. Mane, any information? That is Kuntao, I think.
This is John Jambure. 12.
Yeah, there was
21.
something.
Somebody is the current CEO.
Yes.
When we told him about the letter, he said there are documents out with the commission. Told him to come and collect his copy of the letter. Go and tell the commission. Fpac said that was the last time I heard of it.
Yeah.
He collected the letter we sent him that he was going to go to the commission to request for those documents.
Yeah, because during our tour, we met him. He said he's going to bring his submission. I don't know whether he did that with you.
The submission was the letter.
There was some letter about handing over.
So that's the
That was the letter. It should be in the file.
Is it in the attachment in this? So what we have here is only Kuntao. And what is that letter requesting for? I mean, the letter we received, I said that you said you received from Janjambure. What's he stating?
Chairman.
No letter from Janjambure? But not really attacking.
That we should relate to
Yes, I saw somebody's hand.
I think if Janjambure should provide those missing vouchers, they'll be held to contempt. They were seated here in the witness box. What did they say? That those vouchers were destroyed by the rain. We are all here. I think let's just enforce the resolution. Let's refer it.
Failure of which we refer.
Yes. Now they are just giving you excuse that it should be commission. But they said it here that they left them under the veranda and it was all destroyed by the rains.
Okay.
It was deliberate.
So
They
refer
will not give you anything.
IGP. 22. That's also Kuntau. Kuntau request set for extension. IGP. '23. You are also supposed to ensure that the Local Government Act and Finance and Audit Manual are reviewed latest by December. Is it on course?
Yes, we are on it. Hopefully, in fact, this month, around the 30th, we will have a national consultation. Then from there, we will have the, validation. So then from there, they will do the needful so that at least you will be able to have this local government act. But so far this month, there will be end of this month. We are going to organize national consultation.
That's
And
end
then-
of November.
Yes, then by December, we will have the validation.
National consultation.
Yes.
And by December,
On course.
validation.
Yes.
Perfect. On course. This time around. This is my care, don't. This is my care. That is judiciary number 24. The judiciary prepare accounts from the year ended 31st December 2016 to the year ended 31st December 2022 and submit them to the Auditor General for audit on or before 31st December 2023. Is it on course?
No, we have not received anything yet. We were also going to engage the National Assembly on why they decided to say 2016, because they become autonomous before 2016. We just wanted to understand the rationale of the Fpac on why 2016.
You are saying they became autonomous before
Before 2016.
2016?
Yeah.
Yeah, as we were doing for other institutions, I think when we had this bad luck of cases, we try to have benchmark of the cases that we intend to treat. Some of them 2017, then where we picked 2016. I think that was the rationale for 2016.
I think setting marks is a very fundamental question.
Mm-hmm.
So now, why not we ask for guidance from NAO? What would they advise?
Yeah.
What would you advise in this instance? Because the decision of FPAC is based on the precedent set by the fifth legislature. But what would be your advice?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Ideally, it should be since inception when they started, but if you have a cutoff by the National Assembly, so
Chair, that decision should be flexible if issues of principle are brought on the table. For the avoidance of doubt, I think we can adopt the recommendation as it is being preferred by him.
When you say inception, that is way back, which so I mean, if you say from yes, I'm saying if you say from inception, that is way back from which year?
when sorry.
Can you recall when they became autonomous?
Could you remind us when they become autonomous, please?
Okay.
I think it's about 2006 or thereabout.
I can't remember.
But I think the assembly can take a position because it's not like they were not audited. Yes, they did not prepare financial statement, but as part of the audit of the government of the Gambia accounts, they have been audited. So maybe it's just that they have not been preparing the standalone financial statement. So like I said, the Fpac can, or the assembly can take a position, say, okay, have a cutoff, like Mr. Ndao is suggesting. Yes, they should prepare from when they became independent. But like I said, it's not like they were not audited at all. They were audited as part of the GOTG.
Okay. We maintained it 2016. Yeah. According to NAO, they've not received anything from them. That is? Well, I don't think Lamin wrote to all these institutions, but it is, yeah, yes. At this time around, yeah. A letter of reminder. $25. Are we there? GBA to provide Fpac, the compliance report of every institution receiving public funds during the review of these institutions. In this general pertaining to the institutional reports. Yeah.
Sorry, we missed I missed the conclusion on the judiciary. What was from 2016? Okay. Thank you.
$26. All government institutions must immediately regularize all rental agreements they have with the Committee on Rent and Accommodation, and desist from any further negotiation on their own. Now, this one is very general. Now, that means we need to know the institutions that are affected, and then so that money right to them, that reminder that this is the position of the government regarding rental. Yeah? Where was that? Cora, yes. Yes.
Last year was a little bit interesting. You know, when we went to start to reduce the budget, And the first budget line item they took was rent and rates. They just went straight there and cut without even asking any question, without even thinking. So to us, there is something going on. So we want all the ministries now going forward. So when they come for the budget bilateral, we will know to ensure that they put everything together.
So we write a reminder to Cora.
Yeah. So what that means is if we see any rental in any of the ministries, then we harmonize them or we just remove it. Because we're telling them to go through Cora. We understand that some are not going through them. So we want that to stop. Let it be centralized or decentralized. Yeah.
Can I put?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. If I may just suggest that the payments of rents be decentralized, but the negotiation and award of these rents can be handled by Cora. But in terms of payments and budgets, it's better it is decentralized. Yeah, that's my suggestion, because there are a lot of challenges relating to payments, centralizing payments of so the individual ministries can have it in their respective budgets, but the agreement they cannot negotiate directly, but it has to be it's Cora who is going to negotiate and give them a property, and it will be the responsibility of the MDA to pay from their own budget.
So which means also the budget for the OVP on the rent and rates will also go down.
Yes.
Because now it's decentralized all the ministries.
Yes, that's my.
I think that makes sense. So yeah, you understand.
Yes.
What they're saying is like decentralization is okay. However, the negotiation of the contracts must be done by Cora. Okay, and then from there, each ministry actually have your own individual budget line item or whatever must actually by Cora. We mean in Cora should confirm those amounts in all of those budget lines.
Okay. And with that, I want to suggest that not only OVP, you should also write to MDAs so that they also give you information on all their rental properties.
Write to MDAs.
At least in the interest of this year's budget, next year's budget, Cora already has all the information, so they can tell you all the ministries who are renting, how much they are paying. You can get that.
They normally give us a list of each ministry, where they are, where they are,
and the amount. Then you
in fact, that's where we got the information. Then we compare with what it was on the budget, and then we saw some discrepancy. What is on the budget is not the same as what on the list they gave us. That's when we understand that some ministries actually are doing their own things, whatever, which we think.
27, that the institutions that have not submitted their pending audit accounts and active reports for up to 31st December 2020 must do so to Fpac by 31st December 2023, failing which serious disciplinary action must be taken against the management board or governing council of the affected institution. So we have that up to 31st December 2023. Then, do we need any reminder to this?
We are coming with the budget, and then we know who have not submitted. So let's just stick to our plenary level. So if you don't submit, you don't get money.
Well, I think we will indicate that we are reminding institutions about this when we are presenting our update at the plenary.
Mr. Chair, can I know who is affected in this case?
Yes.
Who are the targets?
Who are the institutions affected?
Yeah.
Unless we try to make a list and
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is just to be sure on the completeness, just to be sure that everybody is, all the institutions are included, you know.
If you're going to receive subvention, you know, because we're going to do bilateral with each one of them. So we'll know the institution, and then at that time we'll confirm whether you have submitted those accounts or not. So, and I think Fpac will be playing a very key role to confirm whether they've submitted for 2020 or not. So,
Does it mean you're targeting the subvented agencies only, subvented institutions?
not, well, pretty much, yeah.
Because you have the subvented institutions, you have the SOEs, you have the MDAs,
No,
ministries,
only the
departments, and agencies.
subvented only. We are worried about subvented, the one that actually receive public funds, and they are not submitted their accounts.
Okay.
For now.
The reason I'm saying this is because, yes, in as much as subvented agencies are important, but they're also part of the consolidated government accounts, because the subvention that we give them is budgeted and, you know, it's expense at the point of giving them the funds. But then the SOEs, we do not have any connection with them. So it is a requirement that when government accounts are being prepared, they also form part of the government financial statements. But right now, the challenge that we're faced with is we're ahead of them, you know. So in terms of completeness of financial statements, that's a challenge.
Yes, we know. And that's the reason why we supported the SOE Act that we actually passed. Now they're going to have a supervisory board that was going to supervise all of them to ensure that each one of them would have individual boards, but there's going to be a board on top that would supervise all of them. So, you know, I will call it, they're in work in progress, actually. But at the end of the day, that you're going to have somebody up there that's going to supervise all of them to ensure that what you are saying actually is resolved. Because it doesn't, government accounts are incomplete without their accounts actually taken into consideration. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. And you know, they're sitting on over 30 billion, and that's really material. You know, so we know. What we want to do is step by step, and by the time we have the governing board of the SOE, you know, act, then you know, we be fine there.
Struggle.
Can we proceed? 2028. The Auditor General to start incorporating ICT audit in their work across all institutions of government with effect from 2023. Is that on course?
Very well. This is something that we do even before this resolution, and we continue to do as well. If you look at the GOTG 2019, there is evidence of that as well.
Auditor General, you only do it for AGD. Only AGD.
If you look at the agencies,
Central Bank,
some of the no, even the agencies, the reports that come here, they have elements of IT as well.
Right now, we are auditing the ASICUDA system, and that's a system used by GRA. So we hope to expand on these audits as we go about in the near future.
Resolution 29. That the Auditor General to immediately investigate the writing of 19,758,493.9 by National Roads Authority for an advance they have paid to Corporate Limited. Auditor General?
Honorable Chair, this is a point that we are considering to do. maybe one of the measures that we are thinking is maybe engage our external auditors that is currently auditing NRA to possibly confirm this for us. The rest assured we would, and so we give you an update on this.
Rest assured?
We will give you an update on this.
$30. Also, Auditor General and then Accountant General Department must ensure that the audited accounts of the government for the years 2020 and 2021 are submitted to the National Assembly by end of October 2023. Auditor General.
Honorable Chair, the 2020 audited financial statement of the government of the Gambia have been submitted to the National Assembly. 2020 is submitted and it's supposed to be tabled tomorrow. So for it late at the National Assembly, General Assembly tomorrow. So for 2021, we are on the planning. We've started the audit, but have not completed yet.
Well, we are not on course. Yes, you are right, but it's not external. It's not exclusively NAOs. There are other factors to that as well.
So you have the first part addressed, that is the 2020, and you are on the second one, that is the 2021, and you cannot meet. Of course, you do not meet the October end deadline. December is not possible.
No.
March?
We have planned to, as per our engagement letter, we're hoping to finish this by end of February. March rather, sorry.
First quarter?
Yes. We want to do that concurrently as soon as we receive it, 2022.
On a serious note, can we confirm that by June of 2024, we should be able to finish the 2022? Everything should be fine.
This is largely contingent on the submission as well. So once
by the
Accountant General,
yes, that's fine. So which means if they submit on time, you should be able to deal with it by end of June.
Definitely, I think we should be able to.
Okay. Clara. Yes. So because we want to deal with these accounts at least by end of June, we finish 2021, 2022. At least the plan is by end of next year, we get 2023 done as well. That's our plan. You know, because we want to say that at least the government is ahead of everybody else. Which is, so.
Yeah, the plan is we have submitted up to 2021. 2022 is on the verge of being signed by the minister and the PS for submission to national audit. 22. 2021 is already with them. They've commenced the audit, but the intention is to audit both of them at the same time. I don't know how feasible that will be, but we are working hard towards meeting, yes, we have lost track of the timeline. I don't know whether that timeline was reasonable given where we were at that time. So, but we will work towards catching up on, the audit itself. But the intention is to concurrently do them together.
Yes, when do you plan to sign this? They have submitted. Now they're waiting for you to sign.
She will update.
No. First, she has updated us actually.
Okay.
Now she's waiting for signature so that she can submit.
Yes, I am sure by next week we will have that done.
So that is to say both 2021 and 2022, hopefully by June 2024. Hmm? Hmm. Resolution 31. The Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs and the Minister of Justice must review the legal framework on gun works by end of October 2023 to make accountable to the National Assembly. Ministry? The attachment given. Okay. That is resolution 31, okay. The response, the ministry takes note of the proposal and will engage relevant authorities on this matter. Please find attached the opinion of the Ministry of Justice in 2016 on the status of the audit of the gun works by the National Audit Office. That's the opinion.
Where are you reading from?
The response that was given. Today's agenda. Are you there? Yes, we are told that the attachment from the opinion from the Minister of Justice is attached, but not in this particular last page. No, I don't have that attachment. Do you have that attachment? Okay, you'll find out from the. Okay. I think earlier on we got that opinion. Yeah, but what this time around, all what we are saying is how best a legal framework can be developed. You tune it in a way, gun works it can be accountable to the people by submitting their report to the National Assembly. But actually we noted the opinion of the ministry. That's why we suspended on the point that they should be bringing their report to the National Assembly. Yes?
So I think I totally concur with you on that. And the issue is not about the legal opinion of the Ministry of Justice, because we know they rely on Section 175 of the Constitution. But what we are concerned here with is, we all know how gun work evolved. Initially, it was under the office of what? The President. And right now, gun works is really surviving on the goodwill of what? Government. Are you together? So what we want to see is, let the interests of the people be safeguarded. You know, so it's up to the Minister of Finance to bring all the stakeholders on the table again. Go back to the drawing board. And no matter what needs to be done, let us safeguard the interests of the people. Gun work is there to take government contracts with regards to infrastructural what? Development. So if at all it was not the goodwill of government, the developmental partners would not give them those funds. But today, they are not what? Accountable to government. But the board reports to the President on annual basis, which we know. They have never failed that. Why report to the President on annual basis if at all you are a private company? We have private companies in the Gambia like Official and so on. Do they report to the President? No, which means the government have a stake in it. But the Ministry of Justice is relying on Section 175 to say, look, by virtue of the provisions of Section 175, they are not a public enterprise, so as such, they should not report to the Assembly. So this is where we want the Minister of Finance to come in and then provide a yardstick that will really ensure that a protective cover is given with regards to the safeguarding of the public interest. So, Honorable Minister, you are the technicians, and we know you can do it. We are not saying you to do anything that is illegal, but look, there is something somewhere. This is our opinion.
Because I'm not a lawyer, let me issue a disclaimer here. But I know to do that would require